Welcome back to News in Focus. Now, the Westpark Cemetery, which has served the Muslim community of various places within the greater Johannesburg area, has now reached its capacity. Now, of course, this is a cemetery that, of course, has a great struggle stalwarts buried there, like the Bahad brothers, Jesse Duarte, and most notably, Ahmed Kaitrada. But at this moment, challenges are now being brought upon various organizations to find alternative places for it. I'd like to welcome, joining me via Zoom, and he's made some time for us, it's Amin Minty, who is the chairman of the Fordsburg Muslim Youth Organisation. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for joining us, Uncle Amin.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Listeners.
No, it's an absolute pleasure having you. Uncle Amin, the capacity, when did you first find out about it, and what now is the way going forward to try and solve this?
But look, we know about this already a year ago, that we have the last piece of land that City Parks have given to us. We, the Muslims, got the last piece that was left in Westpark Cemetery. Okay, we were fortunate enough to get that piece, and that's why we're still burying there. The Christians have reached full capacity at Westpark at the moment. So inshallah, we have probably a couple of months left. Maybe I would say another 6 months maximum.
Yeah. Uncle Amin, what is the other alternatives that are out there for there to be more burial spaces for the Muslims?
We have been given Gippsland and Allendale. And then we have Olifants towards Lenasia, where you go towards Zek Park. Olifants is there. And obviously, Lenasia has got some space that they've given them. But probably they've got a few years there, maybe a year or two maximum. But Olifants, that's quite a big cemetery that we have. Okay?
Yeah. And Uncle Amin, just the work that has to be done with obviously yourself and various other burial organizations. I mean, how important is it going to be to get together to try and make sure that not only is this resolved, but more sections and more space is allowed for Muslims?
Well, let me explain to you. Westpark and Nuclear. FMYO basically runs those two cemeteries. When I say we run those cemeteries, we dig the graves, we maintain the cemeteries, we pay, the council doesn't pay us anything. Okay, so the point is, yes, we basically look after the Nuclear and Westpark Cemetery. Okay, inshallah, the other cemeteries we're busy dealing with them, and we will look at it. And we might as well do that as well, because then we can keep the cemeteries in a fairly good condition. Okay, the problem is at Westpark, inshallah, we could bury. We have to bury. We can do up to 7 people in one grave. And it will be family that we would look at burying in the same grave. As I have said this before, late Uncle Musa Lehe had made it a thing to say that we can bury family in one grave. So we leave it for family. It's not like other places in Durban and Cape Town where people are buried. It doesn't matter. As long as you are a Muslim, you are buried in any grave. But we've just left that legacy of his where family can use the same grave. Okay, so that's basically it. And I think everybody is going to use Westpark.
Yeah, I mean, Westpark holds a lot of significance for Muslims, doesn't it? 15 years. There's something special about it, isn't it? And especially its significance of the people that are buried there. I mean, I mentioned struggle stalwarts that are there also. So, I mean, how much of a heart-sore effect is it going to be, Uncle Amin, to see this happening? But of course, this has to be done because there is really no space right now.
The problem is we've outgrown the cemeteries as Muslims. When council started, they didn't give us very big piece of place because we were not a lot of Muslims in those days. We were very few. But demographic has changed. We have a lot of Muslims today in Johannesburg. And that's the reason we filled up the cemetery so quickly. Okay? We were very few. In the old days, we couldn't even fill up. The first section that they gave us, we even told them, give us more space. And they said, no, it's enough for you. You don't fill up a lot of cemetery space. And after that, it started going. I mean, the next lot they gave us was quite a big piece of land that they gave us in Westpark. And then the last piece that was left, we went to them and said, please, give us this piece of land.
Uncle Amin, one final question. How important is consultation going to be with the councils, with the city of Johannesburg, to make sure that adequate space is given to the Muslim community?
We've been having consultations with them all the time. Okay? I mean, it's been ongoing. In fact, they have insisted that we start using the new cemeteries because we mustn't be left to the end when this one is full and then we start at the new cemeteries and we haven't got infrastructure in place. So we are busy with that. And inshallah, within a month or two, we should be starting to bury in the new cemetery. And we have to start that before this is full.
Uncle Amin, Jazakallah so much for joining us here on News in Focus on Hilaal TV. Much appreciated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for having me. Alaikum salam.
That's Amin Minty, who is the chairman of the Fordsburg Muslim Youth Organization. And of course, we will be following that story with regards to what happens going forward. Everyone knows the significance of Westpark Cemetery, how much it holds for the Muslim community there. So whatever change is going to happen, of course, there's so much of logistics that need to go. But the idea is to keep it within the greater Johannesburg region. And of course, what happens after there will, of course, be this consultation with the City of Johannesburg Council and, of course, organizations like FMYO. Don't forget also organizations like Sabri Chisti, who are also quite actively involved in helping many burial services in that regards. Well, that's all we have for you here on News in Focus. So from myself, Faraz Patel, and the rest of the team in Johannesburg, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.